The light of the mountain still lingered in their eyes, but the wind had changed. It carried with it the scent of olive branches and of destiny. From glory he descended, not as one returning from triumph, but as a king descending toward his throne of suffering. The mountain of revelation had ended. Now began the road of redemption. Long ago, the prophets had written of this journey. Zechariah saw it, the humble king mounted on a colt. Isaiah felt it, the servant who would bear the world's grief. Every step he took now echoed those ancient words. Each footprint pressed prophecy into the dust. He was not merely walking to Jerusalem. He was walking into the very heart of history. Near Bethphage, he stopped. "Go into the village ahead," he said, "and there you will find a colt tied, one that no man has ridden. Untie it and bring it to me." If any questioned, they were to say, "The Lord has need of it." And so, it was. The creature of burden chosen for the burden of glory. The King of eternity would not ride the stallion of conquest, but the humble beast of peace. And as he rode, the city stirred like an ancient memory awakening. Children ran before him with palm leaves, the poor laid their garments on the road, a carpet of surrender woven by hope. They shouted the word the heavens had longed to hear. Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. But few understood the weight of their own song. They cried for deliverance, not knowing deliverance had a cross. From the Mount of Olives he beheld the city, the heart of the covenant, now a heart of stone, and he wept, not as a conqueror mourns his enemy, but as a father mourns a child who has forgotten his name. If only you had known even today the things that bring peace, but now they are hidden from your eyes. The hosannas behind him rang hollow, for he could already hear the whispers of "Crucify him" ahead. He entered his father's house and found it defiled by greed. Tables of silver and gold clattered to the floor, coins scattered like the souls of men chasing their own gods. "My house shall be called a house of prayer," he cried, "but you have made it a den of thieves." In that moment the temple trembled, for the glory that once filled it had returned, not in cloud, but in flesh. The priests stared, unable to speak, for the presence they claimed to guard was standing before them. That night, under the whispering olives, he spoke of things they did not yet understand. He spoke of betrayal, of hands that would soon trade the light of the world for silver, of bread that would be broken, and of blood that would seal a new covenant. The air grew still, heavy with unseen sorrow. Even the stars seemed to dim, as if creation itself was bracing for what was to come. In his silence, he could already hear it, the hammer striking wood, the cries of the crowd, the heartbeat of heaven breaking for man. He had ridden not to be crowned, but to be crucified, not to rule over men, but to redeem them. The road to Jerusalem was not paved with victory, but with obedience, and obedience would lead to blood. Within the city, the keepers of the law conspired against the giver of it. Silver passed from palm to palm. Lies were woven like a crown of thorns. The same streets that had sung Hosanna by day would echo with betrayal by night. Jerusalem, the city that killed its prophets, was about to crucify its God. He walked beneath the same stars he once spoke into being. Each one bore witness to the stillness before the storm. The king was not armed with legions, nor crowned in gold. He carried only the weight of a world's sin, and the quiet resolve to bear it. The angels watched, their swords still sheathed, for the Lamb must go alone. And thus began the descent into darkness, into betrayal, into the valley where light would be broken to make men whole. The road to Jerusalem was the road to Calvary. The king's triumphal entry was heaven's funeral procession in disguise. But even death could not see what was hidden beneath, that every wound would soon become a window for resurrection. When dawn returned, the road was silent again. No crowds, no shouts, only the faint echo of prophecy fulfilled. Yet the path he walked remains, etched not in stone, but in hearts. For every soul that follows his footsteps walks the same road. From glory to surrender, from life to death, from the cross to the crown,